Andreas is a first-time caller out of South Korea. Heard around the world by everybody and their mama. Andreas, thank you for calling. You're on the air.
Jesse, what's up, man?
All is well. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm not really from South Korea. I'm from Mississippi.
Why they put
I'm
South
actually in the
Korea?
military.
Oh, you over there in the military?
Yeah, 'cause I'm in the military.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How is it over there? Are you black?
Yeah, I'm black.
Yeah, you sound black. How
Black
is
and
it?
proud, man. Black and proud. Black and proud.
How is it over there in the military right now?
It's cool. It's pretty laid back. It's pretty laid back. It's not much going on. We get alerted a lot just 'cause North Korea every now and again they'll shoot off some missiles, but for the most part it's pretty laid back.
I was going to ask you about that little guy shooting off the missile things in North Korea. Does that make you nervous when you hear that?
Yeah, I'm no, not really, because of course we take a lot of precautionary action.
Yeah.
But it don't last. Yeah, it don't last that long.
And you're about to
It's not a real
say,
serious threat.
and you're about to say you're in where?
Come again?
So you're in the military over there in South Korea, right? But let me ask, do you like what the president is doing, trying to bring some type of peace with North Korea?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Silently though, silently. I'm actually a supporter of Trump. But,
right on.
You know, if I tell, because I'm from the hood, man, and if I tell some people that I'm a supporter of Donald Trump, man, they'll look at me crazy.
I know. Are there other blacks who are quiet about it in the military? They support the president, but they won't say out loud in the blacks?
I got one friend, we talk about it all the time, yeah. I got one friend, we down here that we discuss it, and we both supported Donald Trump. We don't really mess around with them liberals like that.
Right.
They make pretty bad decisions, especially for black folks.
I know, man. But anyway, you called about something else. Go ahead.
Yes. Well, I got two questions. They not related. But I got the question about the white supremacy, and I actually called my mama and my father yesterday to have a conversation about forgiveness.
Oh.
But I don't know which one I want to talk about first. But I talk about the white supremacy.
Yeah,
first.
let's go with the forgiveness first,
I just
and
wanted to ask you.
Let's do the forgiveness first, and then yeah.
Okay. Well, basically, I'm gonna try to make it short because I know you got a lot of other people on the line.
Okay.
So this is basically how I grew up, man. I was born, obviously, out of wedlock, but my mama was married. She was married, and her husband went out to the military, and she was messing around with my daddy, and obviously I got pregnant, and she got pregnant, and I was there, baby. You know,
wow.
For a long time, I looked at myself as a curse because I don't have my daddy's last name. I got my mama's husband's last name.
Amazing.
Which you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for a long time, and ultimately, my mama had got a divorce because of that. So for a long time, I looked at myself as a cursed baby. So my daddy, he was a real playboy. He was a womanizer. He was a woman beater. He had a lot of women, and to this day he's still making kids. He in his 40s. But,
how old are you? How old are you?
Beat my mom. I'm 25.
Okay.
I'm 25.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. And he used to beat my mama bad, man, bad. And I used to be the one to break it up. My mama got 4 kids, 2 different baby daddies. So for a long time, I used to be real mad at my mom, and I used to be real mad at my daddy. Self-esteem issues, identity issues, women issues, trust issues, confidence, all of that. And a lot of anger, a lot of emotion, because I was raised around my mama, a scorned woman who had a history of bad relationships with men. And I talked to her last night, and she practically told me, like what you said, she did the best she could.
Yeah.
Every time I used to try to talk to my mom, when I was in Iraq, I used to sit around and think about this stuff, and I called my mom, and I used to try to talk to her about it way before I started your channel. And I tried to talk to her about it, and she was to flash out. I'm talking about getting mad, get offended. So yesterday when I called her, the conversation was calm, and we actually came to an agreement. I wanted to do it face-to-face, but I got 6 more months left. But so she basically told me she turned me away from my dad. Not in these exact words, but she said, I didn't want you to be like your daddy. So I did this. Yeah. So I was like, dang, Kevin was right about everything he said. But I still, like I said, like you said, and like I knew, you still don't blame her though, because she did the best she could.
Right.
So we got that understanding. And I called my daddy. But my dad always been this honest cat. My daddy always been a leader, even when he was in the street. Been a leader, been a well-known guy, all that. So I'm talking to him, and he was like, man, I didn't know what I was doing. He said, I knew what I was doing, but what I took from it, he didn't have that far vision. He was just living in the moment.
Yes.
Because his name was so hot in the street. So he was just making kids everywhere. So that's basically what I got out of it. And the forgiveness had came. So I just want to know where to go from there.
Wow. This is amazing, man. Where you go from there is just live, just be.
Oh, and not to mention, Jesse, I got a son out of wedlock.
Yeah.
He's going to be 6 this year.
Wow. Yeah.
I was an emotional wreck, and still got a quick temper that I'm working on.
What?
Still learning how to overcome these feminine emotions. So I just want to know where to go from there.
Well, right now you're on your way. Now that you're awake, you cannot go back to sleep. And so God is renewing your mind. He's taking your mind. He's taking away your mother's mindset, because when men and women hate their mothers, they become like her, meaning that they take on the same mindset as she has, and they take on her emotions. So you're now becoming yourself again before you were traumatized. And so you just live now.
Yeah,
just live, speak up, but don't resent and doubt every thought. Just know, because those thoughts that you're having, they're not your thought, they're not from God, but you do understand the mindset of women. That's how women think. The way all that insecurity, all that stuff you had going on, that's how women think. So you knew what women think and felt, even though you're in a male body. And so God is renewing your mind now. He's taking away your mother's mindset and giving you back what should have been your father's mindset, which is of God, right? And so just live, go about your day, speak up, but don't resent. Do the silent prayer video, and your life is changing. God is changing your life. He's taking away the dark spirit and giving you back the light before you were traumatized.
Yeah, that's great, man. That's great. I'm glad to hear that from you. I do appreciate what you're doing.
Yeah. So you don't have to do anything now, but just be. Just do the silent prayer.
Yes.
Stay out of your head. When thoughts come, just realize, hey, I'm in a thought. Go ahead.
I think that's my issue right there. Sometimes I have probably like 3 weeks of straight progression. Everything will be smooth sailing.
Yes.
And then I probably have like those 4 or 5 days where I'm just stuck in my head. And normally it used to be 2 weeks or so, but now it then went down to like 4 or 5 days.
Yes.
And it'd be and it's very intense.
Yes.
And then I crawl back out of those thoughts, and then I'll go on for another 3 weeks, and then I'll fall back into another pit for about 3 or 4 days.
Yes.
That's pretty much the cycle.
So that means it's like, what it is, the real you growing away from the darkness. You are a spirit. You're not the body. You are the spirit that lives in the body, right? And so now the real you is waking up. You return to God, and you're going to, because you've been living in your head for so long, that's all you're accustomed to, because you forgot the other way. And so now you'll find yourself drifting into your thoughts, and you start feeling that way. But don't freak out. Just relax and know that you've fallen into a thought, and God will, it'll pass. God will take it away. And so don't judge yourself. Don't let Satan tell you, oh, it's not working, you're falling back. Don't do that. Just notice you're in your head, not a big deal, and he'll take that away, and it'll cause you to grow even more so. And after a while, those thoughts will be way away from you, and all you will have is the consciousness of God. You will be yourself again.
Yes, sir.
So just be patient. Don't judge yourself.
Yes, sir.
Stay with the silent prayer every morning, every night. And then today, if you get caught up during the day, if you get caught up in your head, just relax. Go sit on the toilet somewhere, relax, and come out of it. You'll be fine.
Yes, sir.
So don't
Yes,
make.
sir.
And there's nothing on earth that's a big deal.
There's something that I got to get it, because I make big deals out of small things.
Because you're acting like a woman, you're acting like your mother. But that's because you still have somewhat of the mindset of your mother, but you're overcoming it. Men know how women think. You know how women are all confused. They don't know what they want. They don't know what they always
man. Trust me, man. I know.
Well, well, you have.
Trust me, Jesse. I know.
Well, men have the woman's mindset, and so if they can understand that, they can understand where women are coming from. They can't help themselves. Satan is their daddy. Until they are born again.
Okay.
So be patient. You're on your way.
Because like I said, I had a lot of my I had a lot of my mama ways internally.
Yes.
Externally, as far as looks and stuff like that, I got my daddy.
Yes.
And females are very attractive.
Yeah.
And so they'll be very attracted to me. But you know what they'll always tell me?
What?
I ain't gonna say it on air, but I'm emotional. Basically, they'll just tell me that I'm emotional. Sometimes I act like a woman.
Yes.
And it's hard for me to keep. And I take good quality women, man. But it's my retainability, though. It's my ability to retain, to hold on to them, because like you said, don't no female want no dude that act like a woman.
That's right. That's right. Well, don't worry about it, man. Andres, you're on your way, man. Just be patient now. You're coming out of that female nature back to the male's nature. But your father, you have to know your father going through the same thing. He hate his mother, and he think and act like a woman as well. And he's trying to get something from the women that they don't have. Women don't have love to give. And your father, because he hate his mother, he's subject to that. He think he's going to find love through sex and through a woman. And he's never going to find it until he forgive his mother and return to his father. Then he'll find it, real love. He's trying to get what you've been trying to get from women, and that's love, and they don't have it to give. And you become like what you hate. So when you hated your mother, you became like her. You become like what you hate. And now that you're forgiving her, you're now becoming love. So now you're becoming like God. You have God's love working through you. So you'll be fine.
And you know what a big thing that brought me to this consciousness, though, just for real?
Yes.
Like, they normally bring you to Korea for a year. I went seven months, man, without sex.
Right on. Amazing. That helps.
7 months.
That's
7
right.
months without sex.
What was that like for you? What was that like going for 7 months without sex?
Oh, man, tough. From somebody who was basically addicted.
Yes.
Addicted, where I used to use it as validation, where I got all my confidence from. Man, tough. It was almost like being stripped naked and having to go have to go make your clothes from scratch. It was just almost like being stripped naked, man. Like I didn't know nothing. I didn't know myself.
Yeah.
Even when females was throwing themselves at me down here, I didn't even want to go against that promise that I had made to myself.
Yes. Right on.
Women that I didn't even want to go against that promise. So yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty much it, man. I've been blowing this phone up. I called like 16 times last night. I called like 30 times today trying to get on this line.
Wow. Well, you have made my day again, man. I'm so glad you got through. And call me again, all right?
Yes, sir.
And I want you to stay with the silent prayer, though. Stay with that prayer. Do it every morning. Silentprayer.video. I want you to start doing it if you're not doing it yet. And stay with it so you can stay calm within, and God will separate you. You'll be in the world, but not of it, right? And he'll bring you back. He'll take Satan's voice away from you and give you his revelation. Because once you doubt every thought, you can't help but have faith in God. There's nothing else left but that.
All right.
God bless you, man.
Yes, sir, Jay. I appreciate you greatly, man. Thank you.
You're welcome. Amazing. Isn't that like amazing?
That was something.
All the way from North Korea. And he can clearly see it. And that's
Yeah.
because God has allowed him to see it. It's just something so simple. Go and forgive, and you shall be free. But you got to forgive mama. You can't avoid mama and think you're going to get around it. You got to forgive mama. She's been playing, she's been hiding in the darkness, pretending to be a victim. She is not a victim. You got to forgive her. And then return to your fathers, and life is free. This is for men and women.
Amazing.
Amazing.